Time now for a check of the weather, speaking of, with meteorologist Juan Acuña. He's got an update on how today is shaping up this morning. Juan?
And it's going to be another hot one, folks, and different from the pattern that we had last week. It seems like each week we have a different weather pattern, and last week it was a little bit on the wetter side as we had a weak little frontal boundary in place, and then this week, well, high pressure takes over and it's going to be all about the heat, folks. Here in Corpus Christi, we are starting off at 81 degrees, out in Rockport 85, Alice at 79, and still a little bit of a good breeze out there as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weather story. Now we have high pressure that's in control of the forecast. What exactly does that mean? Well, it means that we're going to have lots of sunshine. Those hot temperatures are going to be staying with us, and over the weekend the wind picked up, and it's still going to be windy for early this week as well. But as we progress throughout much of the week, especially going into the latter half of the week, we will see that wind start to come down. But those heat indices, no matter what, they're going to be ranging anywhere between about 105 to 115 degrees. Cannot emphasize enough, if you're going to be working outdoors for prolonged periods of time, even if you're just going to take a brisk walk outdoors, you want to take the water with you to stay hydrated. And the tropical Atlantic heats up as we continue to get into the heart of hurricane season. So let's go ahead and get the latest as we track the tropics there, as we have two areas of disturbed weather that have made their way into the central Atlantic. One of them, this yellow shaded area right here that's moving off to the west, has a low chance, I should say, of tropical formation. There's another one out ahead of it that's about to make its way to the Leeward Islands that has a medium chance of tropical formation as it makes its way towards the Caribbean and eventually towards the Lesser Antilles and out near Cuba as well. That's the one that we're going to have to watch pretty closely over the next couple of days here. So let's look at it here on the tropical wave Invest 94L. These are the spaghetti plots, and as this continues to head off towards the west, again, notice it's going to be encountering a lot of land, so the folks off in the Caribbean are going to have to deal with this system. The good news is that it's a small system, but nonetheless, we're going to be tracking that for you as it makes its way off to the west-northwest at 14 miles per hour. Nothing for us to be concerned about at this point, but just to know that the tropical Atlantic continues to heat up, and as we move off towards the Pacific, it's already been active there, and we continue to have a tropical storm Kevin out there, and that one has a better organization at this point, and moving towards the Wednesday time frame, still holding on to tropical storm status. And as I mentioned, the peak of hurricane season, I mentioned this last week, is September 10th, and we usually about this time of year begin to see an increase of activity, and that's what we'll expect. And then by the time we head towards October, that's when tropical activity starts to wane just a little bit. Don't forget that you can head over to christv.com/hurricane special and see our Chris 6 hurricane special called Plan, Prepare, Survive, and lots of tips there on how to keep you and your family safe, and also about the 2021 hurricane season. Going to be hot today, middle to lower 90s, southeasterly winds 15 to 25. Pollen count for today, most of them are on the low end, but ragweed is still pretty high out there, so we'll watch that pretty closely. 94 today, windy, breezy though on Tuesday and Wednesday, highs in the middle 90s. We introduced a couple of stray showers Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Overall, not a big deal, but it's going to stay sunny and hot as we head into this weekend, Paula.